Buenos and half a day, everyone. Happy belated Veterans Day. The Committee on Rules meeting is now called to order. For the record, today is Tuesday, November 12th, 2019, and the time is now 9:38 a.m. Our core director, Ms. Mary Maravilla, will now call the roll of members.
Chairperson Régine Biscoe.
Gaigia,
Legislative Secretary Amanda L. Shelton. Speaker Tina Rose Munoz Barnes.
Banana Situ Skagia.
Vice Speaker Talina Cruz Nelson. Senator Kelly Marsh Taitano. Senator Sabina Flores Perez. Senator Clinton E. Rangel. Senator Joe S. San Augustine. Senator Jose Pito Terlahi. Senator Therese M. Terlahi. Senator James C. Moylan. Senator Mary Camacho Torres. Madam Chair, you have a quorum.
Sidus Maasi, Director Maravilla, does the chair hear a motion to excuse members not present?
So moved, Madam Chair, if I may, to excuse all those members not present today.
Sidus Maasi, Madam Speaker, there's been a motion to excuse members not present by the Speaker, seconded by Senator Shelton. Any objection?
No objection.
Hearing none, motion carries. I'll give you a few moments to review our core meeting minutes from October 23rd, 2019, and then the chair will hear motions to ratify.
What was wrong on 5? Madam Chair, if I may, on the motion to move the committee meeting minutes from the last rules meeting with subject to corrections, Madam Chair.
Sidus Maasi, Madam Speaker, that's a motion to ratify the core meeting minutes from October 23rd, 2019. Moved by the Speaker, subject to corrections. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Senator Jim Moylan. Any objection?
No objection.
Hearing none, so moved. We'll now move to core business and the document tracking, and for that, I'll turn to our Legislative Secretary.
Sidus Masi, Madam Chair. Half a day, everyone. Colleagues, good morning. The Legislative Secretary reports to date is as follows. Appointments by the Governor. There are 159 appointments submitted by the Governor, Governor Lulian Guerrero, to date. There are 11 appointments that were confirmed during February 2019 session, 8 during the March 2019 session, 25 during the April 2019 session, 21 during the May 2019 session, 11 during the July 2019 session, 21 during the August 2019 session, 11 during the September 2019 session, and 9 confirmed during the October 2019 session, totaling 117 confirmed appointments. Of the remaining 42 appointments, some have been withdrawn and some are pending confirmation. No pending appointments, however, had extended beyond the authorized 90-day term limit. There are also 3 zone change requests at this time, and we have received 10 proposed rules and regulations. 5 of the 10 have had their public hearings. Sidus Masi, Madam Chair.
Sidus Maasi, Madam Legislative Secretary. The next item of business is the ratification of referrals. The referrals of bills, resolutions, and appointments are indicated on each of the corresponding logs, and those have been passed out to our core members. Does the chair hear a motion to ratify the referral of bills?
Madam Chair, I'll move. I'll move on the ratification.
Sidus Maasi.
Yes.
Senator Therese?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I haven't read the bill, but I'm just looking at this
Can you just state the number?
194. Yeah, it's relative to the administration of, it's rules and regs relative to the administration of family foster homes. Oh, okay. Never mind, I'll remove my objection to that, Madam Chair. It sounds similar to the other bill that we did in our committee.
Okay, there's been a
Oh.
motion. Oh,
Oh, compensation, okay. Yeah, sorry,
there's been a motion by the speaker to ratify the referrals of bills. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Senator Shelton. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. Does the chair hear a motion to ratify the referrals of resolutions?
So moved, Madam Speaker. Madam Chair.
Moved by the speaker. Seconded by Senator Shelton. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. And the chair is open to a motion to ratify the referrals of executive appointments.
So moved, Madam Chair.
Moved by the speaker. Seconded by Senator Jose Pito Terlahi. Any objection?
No objection.
Hearing none, motion carries. We'll now move to the reports of standing committee chairpersons, the considerations of items eligible for placement on the session agenda. Since our October meeting, the committee reports for the following items have been duly filed and met Committee on Rules Committee report deadline. And those are Bill number 6 as amended by Senator Taitigui, Bill 11 as introduced, Senator Moylan, Bill 13 as amended, Senator Shelton and colleagues, Bill 34 as amended, Senator Clint Ridgell, Bill 40 as amended, Senator Taitigui, Bill 46 as amended, Senator Moylan, Bill 69 as amended, Senator Paris, Bill 86 as amended, Senator or Speaker Munya-Barnes, Bill 127 as introduced by Senator Kelly Marsh and colleagues, Bill 131 as amended, Senator Taitigui, Bill 150, Senator Kelly Marsh and colleagues, Bill 157 as amended, Senator Shelton and colleagues, and Bill 181, Speaker Tina Rose Munya-Barnes and colleagues. The following committee reports for executive appointments have been duly filed with the Committee on Rules. The appointment of Anthony P. Beneventi to serve as a member of the Civil Service Commission, the appointment of Rollin C. Biscoe to serve as a member of the Insurance Industry, Guam Banking and Insurance Board, appointment of Joseph I. Cruz to serve as a member of the CLTC, appointment of John McKinnon to serve as a member of the Banking and Insurance Board, Michael Scrow, Banking and Insurance Board, John Smith, Civil Service Commission, and Peter Valdez, Guam Banking and Insurance Board. The chair will now hear motions to place items on the session agenda. Madam Speaker?
Si Diyos Masi, Madam Chair, if I may, the bill on number 186-35 CR, and Madam Chair, if I may, that would be as substituted. It was passed on file last session with the substituted version accepted. So that would go on the agenda, please.
Okay, the speaker has moved bill number 86 as substituted. Speaker, do
Yes.
you mind reading the title?
It is an act to add section 61541F and a new section 61547, both of Article 5, Chapter 61, Title 21, Guam Code annotated, relative to the exterior on-premise signage in H resort zones and defining digital signage. Thank
There's
you,
been a
Madam Chair.
motion by the speaker to move bill 86 as amended. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Senator Shelton. Any objection to the placement of bill 86 as substituted? I apologize. On the session agenda, hearing none, motion carries. Speaker?
Yes, Madam Chair, if I may, I still I do have several appointments, and if I can move them at this time, from the appointment of John A. Smith to serve as a member of the Civil Service Commission, for a term length of 6 years.
There's been a motion by the speaker to move the appointment of John A. Smith to the Civil Service Commission. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Senator Shelton. Any objection? Hearing none. Speaker?
Thank you, Madam Chair. For the appointment of Anthony P. Beneventi to serve as a member of the Civil Service Commission for a term of 6 years.
Moved by the speaker, seconded by Senator Shelton. Any objection to the appointment of Anthony P. Beneventi? Hearing none. Motion carries. Speaker?
Madam Chair, I do still have one more bill that has been on session agenda on the prior session, which is Bill 181-35, and I'm still waiting, so if that was passed on file, but I just want to note it if
Thank you.
the information is received. Oh. That's it.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Any other member wish to, sorry, Senator Shelton?
Sidus Masi, Madam Chair, I'd like to move to put Bill number 13-35 COR as amended by the Committee on Higher Education and the Advancement of Women, Youth, and Senior Citizens, an act to add a new Chapter 32 to Title IX of the Guam Code Annotated relative to protecting elderly adults from abuse, neglect, and exploitation by providing criminal punishment for those who harm or manumco and disabled people onto the session agenda.
Sidus Masi, Senator Shelton. There's been a motion to place Bill 13 as amended by Senator Shelton, seconded by our speaker. Any objection to the placement of Bill 13 as amended? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Shelton.
I'd also like to move to place Bill number 157-35 as amended by the Committee on Health, Tourism, Historic Preservation, Land, and Justice, authored by myself and several of our colleagues, an act to add a new Section 89.16 and amend Section 89.01G1 to Chapter 89 of Title IX, Guam Code Annotated, relative to requiring convicted sexual offenders whose cases are under appeal to retain their absolute duty to register at the Judiciary of Guam Probation Division as a sex offender onto the session agenda.
Sidus Masi, Senator Shelton. That's Bill 157 as amended, seconded by Senator Moylan. Any objection? No objection. Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Shelton.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I'd like to state for the record plans to place Bill 196 onto the session agenda while we are in session. This has not met the Committee on Rules deadline, but the committee report is being submitted. This bill is Bill 196-35 LS, an act to amend Section 7116A and D, both of Chapter 7, Division 2, Title 17, Guam Code Annotated, relative to authorizing the Guam Department of Education to enter into power purchase agreements to purchase solar energy from qualified providers. And then also a plan to move Resolution 2249-35 LS. This will have its public hearing tomorrow morning, and the committee report will be submitted immediately after. And we plan to move this on the session agenda relative to supporting the Guam Department of Education with its effort to address its high-risk designation and specific conditions and returning financial management and control over federal funds.
Sidus Masi.
Thank you.
Senator Kelly Marsh, you're recognized.
Sainamasi, Madam Chair. I move to add Bill number 127-35 COR as authored by myself and Jose Pito Trulahi, an act to add a new Section 1038 to Chapter 10, Title I, Guam Code Annotated, relative to officially establish an annual Peace Officers Memorial Day for Guam.
Sidus Masi, Senator Marsh Taitano. That was Bill 127 as introduced.
Yes.
Do I hear a second? Second. Seconded by our speaker. Any objection? No objection. Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Marsh.
Saino Ma'asi, Madam Chair. I also would like to move to add Bill number 150-35 COR as introduced by myself, Senator Sabina Flores Perez, Speaker Tina Rose Munoz Barnes, and Senators Clinton E. Rogel, Teresa M. Terlahi, and Jose Pito Terlahi. An act to amend Section 2104 of Chapter 2, Title 5, Guam Code Annotated, relative to expanding the scope of the Island Beautification Task Force.
Sidus Ma'asi. That's Bill number 150 as introduced, moved by Senator Kelly Marsh Taitino and seconded by Senator Jose Pito Terlahi. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Marsh?
I believe that is all. Saino Ma'asi.
Senator Terlahi?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move the nomination of Joseph I. Cruz onto the session agenda for the Chamorro Land Trust Commission.
Sidus Ma'asi. So that's the appointment of Joseph I. Cruz to serve as a member of the Chamorro Land Trust Commission, moved by Senator Teresa Terlahi, seconded by Speaker. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries.
Thank you
Senator?
very much. We also just, we are routing bills 172 and 173. 172 is regarding the pre-sentence reports and assessments to be utilized by the Guam Parole Board prior to the release of any offender on parole. Bill 173 is establishing a standardized risk assessment and system of treatment programs for criminal sexual conduct offenders. Those two bills are being routed, so I'm hoping that we can get those approved in time to be put on the agenda. Just a heads up. Thank you.
Sidus Ma'asi. So noted. Senator Paris, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to place the appointment of Roland C. Biscoe to serve as a member of the Banking and Insurance Board as an insurance industry representative.
This appointment was moved by Senator Paris and seconded by Senator Moylan. I'd just like to note for the record that I won't be participating in the vote on this appointment, as this appointment is my father. So that's moved by Senator Paris and seconded by Senator Moylan. Any objection? No objection. Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Paris.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to place the appointment of John McKinnon to serve as a member of the Guam Banking and Insurance Board as a banking industry representative.
That's John McKinnon to serve as a member of the Banking and Insurance Board by Senator Paris. Second by Speaker. Any objection? No objection. Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Paris?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I also move to place the appointment of Michael Scrow to serve as a member of the Banking Insurance Board.
Moved by Senator Paris, seconded by the Speaker. That's for Michael Scrow, Banking and Insurance Board. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I also move to place the appointment of Peter Valdez to serve as a member of the Guam Banking and Insurance Board to serve as a banking industry representative.
Sidus Ma'asi. That's a motion by Senator Paris for Peter L. Valdez, Banking and Insurance Board, seconded by Speaker Tina Rose Munoz Barnes. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Paris?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I also am routing three other appointees. One is Earl Garrido for the Equalization Board. Another is Doris Flores Brooks for the PUC Board. And then Elizabeth Fisher for the ABC Board. I hope to place them on the agenda.
Duly noted. Sidus Ma'asi. Senator? Oh. Senator Moylan, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to place Bill number 635 on session agenda, which is an act to repeal subsection 8172 of Article 1, Chapter 8, Title 4, Guam Code Annotated, relative to the responsible use of taxpayer funds through the elimination of automatic retirement benefits for elected Guam governors and lieutenant governors and their survivors.
Thank you, Senator Moylan. That's Bill number 6 as amended, moved by Senator Moylan. Do I hear a second?
Want to get rid of retirement? Oh, sorry.
Senator Moylan, there hasn't been a second to move Bill 6 as amended, but I'll give you the floor.
Thank you, Madam
You continue
Chair.
to have the floor.
Thank you. I'd like to move to place on session agenda Bill number 40-35 as amended by Committee on General Government Operations, Appropriations, and Housing. It's an act to amend subsection 3229C7 of Article 2, Chapter 3, Division 1, Title 11, Guam Code Annotated, relative to establishing the Alcohol Beverage Compliance Fees and Fines Fund.
Thank you, Senator. That's Bill 40 as amended, moved by Senator Moylan. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Senator Paris. Any objection to the placement of Bill 40 as amended? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Moylan?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to add to session agenda Bill 131-35, as introduced by Senator Telo-Tai Tagui. It's an act to amend subsection 26603D1 of Article 6, Chapter 26, Title 11, Guam Code Annotated. It's relative to Healthy Future Funds proceeds authorized for the Guam Memorial Hospital Authority line of credit. Madam
That's
Chair.
Bill number 131 as amended, moved by Senator Moylan. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Senator Therese Terlahi. Any objection to the placement of 131 as amended? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Moylan?
For the last one, Madam Chair, I'd like to move to place on session agenda Bill number 5-35 as amended by the Committee on General Government Operations, Appropriations, and Housing. This was the bill that was moved back into committee last session, which was introduced by Senator Telo-Tai Tagui. It's an act to add a new Article 9 to Chapter 77 of Division 2, Title 12, Guam Code Annotated, relative to developing a new public hospital facility through the establishment of our life planning task force. Madam Chair.
Situsmasi, Senator Moylan, unfortunately, that is not on our list as being received by the Committee on Rules by the committee report deadline. However, we can make a note that there might be an attempt to place it on the session agenda once we're in session. Perhaps this document's being routed and we have yet to receive it. But we just want to make sure that for transparency's sake that it's up online for our colleagues and the public to review prior to our session. So if you'd like just to note that there might be a move to that, and that's Bill 5 as introduced, or
As amended by Committee on
amended.
General Government Operations. As I understand from the author of the bill, Senator Tai Tagui, since the last discussion of this bill on session floor, no other amendments to the bill has been made and will be reintroduced as amended and currently on our legislature website as published.
I understand we still need to receive a report from the committee in order for it to be placed on our documents.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Again, thank you. Any other member wish to be heard on bills or appointments? A draft session agenda has been provided to each of you. And we've moved those. We moved the appointments under legislative concurrence. With the placement of these bills and resolutions in the second reading file and these appointments under legislative concurrence, is there a motion to adopt this session agenda?
So moved, Madam Chair.
Moved by the Speaker, seconded by Senator Shelton. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. In accordance with the standing rules, the agenda will be published in the next few hours as we will be beginning our session, commencing session at 2 p.m. And we'll now move to extension of remarks. The floor is now open for further discussion. Any member wish to be heard? There's been a motion to adjourn by Speaker Munya Barnes, seconded by Senator Jose Pito Terlahi. Any objections? Hearing none. Sidus Masi for your attendance and participation at today's meeting. The time is now 10:04 a.m., and this Committee on Rules meeting is adjourned. Sidus Masi.